The show is about to begin. Enjoy.
Michael O'Grady e i creativi.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2. Here sitting across from me is the devilishly handsome, amazingly talented. It's been rumored to say that he has 15 fingers. That would be 12 on one hand and 3 on the other. I don't know how that works. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my show, the Michael O'Grady and the Creatives, Mr. Ramon Blanco. Ramon, how are you, man?
Hello, sir. How are ya?
I am good. I'm hanging in there.
Hey, we're doing this.
We're doing this.
That's cool.
You're part of the second episode.
I'm so excited about
The
this.
sequel.
Yeah.
The anticipated follow-up.
Number 2, following up our friend Nick. Oh.
Yeah, I feel, here's the thing, so Nick got to do the first episode, which was cool, because it's the first one.
The first one.
Right, but we ran into so many problems and so many glitches, and I had to learn the hard way, and I think I need to do... I need to do like a follow-up episode with him, like a redo almost, just to cover different topics and to get it on film, because the way we filmed it the first time.
You guys doing the IG Live, right?
We did IG Live, and that was a headache, and I knew it would be a headache, but I thought it would be fun because it was just the first episode.
So dope.
So I was like, why not do it live? And, people seem to you jumped in with us and talked to us twice,
so
I think.
Yeah. I was
it was right at the beginning and then right at the end.
Yeah. So okay, the boys are doing it. The boys are working on it. And I was checking on you guys. Okay, they're doing okay.
Yeah.
That's good. You had to bring him up for the 100 episode. Number 100.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I labeled him .001.
Oh, really?
In hopes that the goal would be to hit 100.
Let's go.
Yeah, so it's just going to take some time.
Let's go.
But yeah, because when you checked in at the end, my favorite part about it was that you were like, you guys are still on?
You guys
Because
made my night. I was like, it was a Saturday, right?
It was a Saturday night, yeah. And it was 3 hours later from the way it was before. So thank you for coming on and hanging out and talking with me.
So good to see you.
I know, it's good to see you too, because it's been a while since we've seen each other. It's been now almost 2 months.
So good to see
people and being here. Have you been in human contact?
No much. Just doing basic glossaries and that's it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay as in home as much as possible.
Right.
I kind of quarantine myself. Before that, there was a mandatory thing for everybody here in California.
Oh wait, you did it before?
A little bit before.
Why? What made you do that?
Well, I'm from Spain.
Yes.
But
they don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know. Now they know.
And this accent is
it's
not from Seattle.
Yeah.
Or Kansas. It's from Spain.
Yeah.
So my parents, my family, everybody in Spain, they were already telling that was happening there, and I was assuming, okay, this is gonna happen here close to. And for me, the week before, the 2 weeks before, it was the 12th, Friday 12th or whatever. I was traveling a lot. I went to Florida to play a festival there.
Who are you playing with?
With Grandson.
Oh no shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we had that. We did that. We had to take 2 planes to get from here to Florida, another 2 planes on our way back to LA, and that week before the shutdown or the whatever you're gonna call it,
the lockdown.
It was a shutdown for me.
It was a shutdown lockdown.
So yeah, we were doing rehearsals. We were getting ready to hit the road to go to Canada to do a tour all over Canada and a tour all over Europe. This funny fact, I don't know when you're gonna air these, but today was the day we're supposed to be leaving to Europe.
No shit.
We were supposed to be going to Europe to open for Nothing Nowhere. It was all month of May.
Wow.
We were supposed to go into Spain. My family was supposed to come and see us play. Yeah, we were hitting all the nice cities in Europe. It was okay. It's what it is. But we were doing rehearsals. We were doing rehearsal for these 2 tours. Nightingale. I love Nightingale, but this one was Mates. We were at Mates.
Oh, Mates up in the valley. Yeah,
and
I love Mates.
I love it. It was.
That's one of my favorite spots to rehearse, except for when it's September and August.
It's hot.
It's hotter than hell.
It's
Hate
hot.
it. Fucking
It's
hate
hot.
it. Yeah. I hate
So we were doing rehearsal there, and we were doing, we were the same crew that we went to Florida, and on top of that, 3 new guys they flew out from different point of the country.
Oh, to come to Mates.
So basically, I'm just telling you this because everybody was coming from different places, taking different flights. We were in the same room for like 3-4 days.
Yeah.
10 hours rehearsals. You know how it is.
Yep.
I was like, man, I'm being exposed to
Right.
this virus because I've been traveling and I've been hanging out with people that've been traveling a lot. We've been in the same room, breathing the same air. So as soon as we got canceled, like the day before we're supposed to be leaving, I just decided I'm just gonna isolate myself for like a good 2 weeks. I didn't. I mean, I went to do groceries because, like I said, I was ready to hit the road. My fridge was empty. So
as it should be, because when you get back,
right,
shit's molded over.
I know, right?
And you gotta deal with that.
Funny
That's not
because
fun.
it's funny because I was okay. I'm not gonna, I was empty, and all of a sudden we got canceled, and I was like, okay. So I think that I'm gonna have to do some groceries. I bought a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I bought toilet paper.
When it was there.
I literally found the last package.
Are you serious?
And since then,
wait, but this was before the shutdown.
This is the 12th. It was like March 12th.
Right.
And I was doing this shopping that night. I was like, it was like a joke. It was like all the shelves, they were empty, and there was like that package of like, I don't remember how many toilet papers.
Yeah.
But it was, all right. That was the last one I've seen since then. Yeah. Really. All the times I've been the grocery stores, I've never seen toilet paper. But whatever.
You know what I do? I don't know if you can do this because you're from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry if I say it like that, because that's what it sounds like to me. Is that how you say it? Is it Spain?
Spain.
But you have like this S in the beginning of it.
Yeah,
it sounds like
because
it.
The way that we write is ES.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's España.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's why. Well, because I'm from Ohio, and we say everything super like we're gonna go to Spain and we're gonna go to California. Like it's not.
I love it. Baby.
It's not classy at all.
Oh well.
Yeah. Anyway, but my mom sends me, or she sent me, not like she does this on a regular basis. I can grocery. She sent me toilet paper. She's like, I'm just gonna send it to you in a pack.
So I think that you posted.
I did.
They send you like a nice, pretty survival package.
Yeah.
Pretty cool survival package with a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, because for her, nothing had hit Ohio the way it hit in all the major cities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she was like, no, the stores were fine where she was at. Blah 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 blah.
How are they doing there?
They're doing okay. I know that. The one thing I was joking about with everybody in Los Angeles, and I don't know how this is for you being from Spain, is that where I'm from, the way LA has been, this is exactly like what it's like where I'm from.
Okay.
You can't go anywhere. There's nothing to do.
All right.
It's like that same feeling of like you wake up and you're just in your house, and then it's nighttime, and then it's the next fucking day. Like everybody I talk to back at home, when I go, hey, what's going on? They go, nothing. Just get up and go to work, and then I go to sleep, and then I get up and I go to work. And I get it. Like, we all go to work. We got to pay our bills and stuff like that. But, I mean, I know that one buddy of mine, he works at a hotel, and he works at, like, an air base. And, like, I think it was at the hotel he was saying people were still coming in.
Oh, really?
And being like, fuck it, whatever, who cares? Like, we're just going to hang out. We're going to check in. We're not going to listen to the news. And he's, like, going... he's in a job where he has to stay.
So that was before the lockdown?
No, this was like right when lockdown was happening.
Okay.
So that was that. And then the grocery stores with the mask, they said it was pretty much about the same thing. I don't think it's as extreme as us because it's not as populated. Yeah. But I think everybody's still kind of following the same guidelines. Yeah. And like, I don't know, is it like, because I know for like Italy, it's like they're like
it's same thing in Spain. Spain is
same thing.
No, Spain is like same thing. Like they are it's funny because we here in LA we've been having a lockdown, and it's what it is, and people are behaving pretty alright, pretty okay, right?
Yeah, they're
In
all right.
Spain, it's mandatory. Like it's like they are not like they've been all this time that they were not allowed to leave their houses.
No shit.
So how that worked was like you were allowed to do it, just to basic stuff like going to see your doctors, hospitals.
Did you need like permission?
No, just go. You can.
Oh,
go,
you can. You could
you,
just
you,
go.
You,
Oh,
you
okay.
can go and you can do your groceries, but it has to be only one person, and you have to go to the closer
To the
grocery
closest
store,
one. Yeah.
because if not, there's no walking, no exercise outside. They start to saying that during May they're gonna open things up little by little.
Right.
So so they've been in, like, all my friends, my parents, like my family, they've been in their places with.
Wow.
They were not allowed.
Everybody's doing okay.
Yeah, they've been doing okay.
They're fine.
Yeah, they've been fine. Like,
Did they get tested or anything?
I mean, they start to getting some tests for people in Spain. They've been doing it, but for example, all my family members,
Yeah.
they had it. We are not confirmed because they didn't get test, because what they were telling, but they all went through high fevers for a long period of time.
Whoa.
Like losing some kind of like
The mucus, the buildup,
yeah,
the symptoms of
so
like
the-
because it's the
you-
symptoms of
you-
the flu, basically,
you
right?
know.
Yeah.
So they've been all of them. They've been having those symptoms for a few days.
I know a bug got in.
It's all right.
If you see us doing Jedi mind tricks, it's because a little tiny microscopic. It's going to be summertime here soon.
But yeah, they've been, I know, right? They've
It's getting
been-
nice out.
Summer
It's-
is coming.
It's
baby.
getting there, yeah.
Yeah, but they've been all. I
So
guess.
are they good now?
They're great. They're great.
Oh, but they
been-
haven't gotten tested.
They haven't gotten tested.
Right, because a lot of the things that I've been hearing is that, like for me, like when this first went down, I started to feel, when like people are sick around you, and then it almost makes you feel like you're sick, even though you're
It's in
not.
your head. It's in
Right,
your head.
right,
Yeah, I
right.
feel
That's
it.
what it kind of was for me,
Yeah.
and I started going, oh, like I'm like,
itchy throat.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
but nothing happened, and then I started hearing, you can have it,
And don't have any symptom.
no symptoms, and you can also have it and be like on death's doorstep.
Yep.
And you're like, there's no way of anybody knowing.
Yeah, it's been.
So they didn't get tested, but they don't have any symptoms anymore.
No, they don't have any symptom anymore. They've been everybody there.
I can't believe they're not showing up to people's houses and doing swabs and stuff.
They are. That's what they're doing in Germany, actually.
What? The swabs?
Yeah, they're doing every checking everybody. Every
Oh,
house.
they're going.
They're going.
I went. I got
Yeah.
checked here.
Yeah, you told me.
It sucked.
Yeah. I know.
And they lied on the thing. Because the thing
Not
that
gonna hurt. Surprise.
No, you know what it was? This is the weird thing about it was I started messaging some people, and because my buddy of mine, he went and did it. He was like, oh, yeah, it was super easy. And I think he got the mouth swab. I think that's what he got.
Yeah.
And he sent me the link, and I read the review of this is the instructions, this is what you do, this is how you set it up. And I have a 2-year-old daughter, as you know, and some of
Yeah.
you now know. Like, I have a 2-year-old daughter, and my thought was that I was
She's
like,
the cutest.
thank you. 50% of that's my responsibility, whatever. And
Can see that.
yeah. That's the first time I've heard that. No, but I was like thinking, I was like, shit, the last thing I would want to do, because when kids are sick,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the worst.
Yeah.
It's hands down the worst. It sucks because you feel for them so much, and it can be nothing, but it wrecks them. And they have no way of communicating with you like, hey, I'm sick. This is what I feel like. This is what I want to do. So I got the thing, and funny enough, our friend Tiffany Madadian, shout out to her.
Yay.
Yay! I sent it to her because she said she was feeling scratchy throats, whatever,
Okay.
and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, you should go check it out because they're doing it at Cedar Sinai, right by where she lives.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, I'm too scared to do it. They stick it in your nose. And I was like, no, they don't. They do a mouth swab. And she goes, oh, all the reports I saw were the nose. And I
Yeah.
was like, what? And I was like, no, that's not what this is. So I go down the next day to go do it, and I'm in the car, and I'm in my buddy's car in the passenger seat because
Yeah.
he was free and clear. He was good to go. He's like, I'll take you. We'll do it real quick. I'll show you how it goes. And I guess they just had updated it because when I pulled up, They had me show my ID at like the windshield, like pass it up, and then they go roll the window down and keep your mouth closed. And I was like, what? And then I re-roll the window down, and then the lady goes like, okay. She's like, all right, now tilt your head back and keep your mouth closed. And I was like, what? I was like, why?
Okay.
And she's like, because we're gonna stick this in your nose. And I was like,
Okay. Okay.
I was like, okay, I guess we're doing the nose now. Change of plans.
Let's go.
And it was like that weird, very uncomfortable. I mean, it was super quick. It was like, but like right up the nose, and it makes you like cry, like tear up.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay. And then I got the results back, like I think like seriously, like the next day or like 2 days later.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I wanted to like get that out of my system to be like, I don't like feeling that feeling of like maybe I have it,
Yeah.
maybe I don't have it.
Yeah.
And then now I've been kind of a little bit more relaxed. But then my one buddy threw a monkey wrench in that, and he goes, "Well, you still can get it." And I'm like, "I know, but
That's what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna do it in May. I know that the Red Cross is. I mean, they need people just to donate blood.
oh, okay,
Just to help patients that they've been going through it and they're like sick with the corona and all that
right.
stuff.
Oh, you mean to get
you
to do more research and
but no, and just to help them out because they
Right.
need blood in the hospitals and all that stuff, and they want to check that if they have the antibodies.
yeah,
So in order just to be able to donate blood, they have to check if you had the antibiotics,
right, yeah.
Antibodies for
That's
that.
kind of
So
I don't
that-
know too much about diseases, but I think that's kind of how it goes.
So
we get a virus, we get a disease,
yeah.
starts hurting people, and then people start building antibodies for it to
Yeah,
finally
so I'm right now. I personally more interested if I had those
right.
antibiotics
Because
in my
you
body.
haven't had anything. You haven't
No,
felt.
I didn't have any fever. I didn't have anything.
Well,
I have to. I felt like a little bit like itchy, my throat. Oh, it's red. Oh, and I was like, oh man, I think I have a fever.
it's
Gonna
in your head.
check my
Yeah.
temperature. It was perfect.
You just started. Yeah.
Like, okay, so I'm fine. Okay. So yeah, but yeah, man, it's been weird times, man. Weird times.
It is very weird, and also too when you're traveling, just in general,
Yeah.
without anything going on, traveling does wear you out, and will get you sick at some point.
Yeah, like it's literally
Just
like
in general. So
like to me, like the past 2-3 years, we've been on the road a lot with
who's we?
with grandson.
Yeah, they
With
don't know.
grandson. Yeah, like yeah. The past 3 years, we've been on the road a lot.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Like every single time that you go to a tour bus with like a 10 guys, crew members or whatever, as soon as one gets sick,
You're all
we
sick.
knows
Yeah,
who's
you're
gonna
all
be
done.
next, who's
You're
gonna be
all
next,
done.
who's gonna be next.
Yeah.
So it's always all the tours. If you go out, if you are out like for a month and a half or a month, that you're gonna be sick for a few days because of that.
Yeah, dude, you know what the worst is with that? Do you ever have this when you get sick on the road or doing shows? And it's the weirdest thing. Like, okay, so like you get sick and you're like, there's no way I can do this. Let's say, depending on how bad it is, you don't feel good. You don't, whatever. You're like, I don't want to play the show. I don't want to do my thing. And then when the thing comes up, your adrenaline kicks in.
Yeah.
And for that 45 minutes to an hour,
Yeah.
it's almost like you're not sick anymore.
Oh,
Do you have that same feeling?
I had it, and I have like a thing that's like funny because we all got like those this bug that hit our stomach, and we were throwing up like.
Whoa,
Yeah,
y'all got the bug.
Yeah, we got it. Like we were in Canada. It was like I think it was last year. It was January, February. Canada is cold. It was we were like, we all got it, and we were doing the biggest it was in the No Apologize tour. Yes, the first one that we did, and we started in Canada. We did a run over there, and the last show with Toronto was the biggest show of that Canada part.
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah.
We had like a crew of cameras. Like we record that.
Oh, it was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
Right.
Everybody except Jordan, Renzo, one of the photographer, Jonathan, and me, we were the only one that we didn't get sick.
Whoa.
And we're talking about David, our drummer, got pretty bad
Wow.
that night.
That on that day, he was
like literally like 2-3 hours before the show. Our tour manager was like already in the hotel room, like passing out. Like part of our crew, they were like the same in the hotel. It was like a nightmare. It was
right.
And we have to like the guys from we were doing that time. The guys from a band called Blue Stones.
Blue Stones?
No. God damn it! You're gonna have to tape. You're gonna have to cut that shit out.
It's okay if you mess it up. Don't worry about it. It's hard to remember everything.
Well, you're gonna whatever. So
we'll
whatever.
figure it out. Watch.
Yeah,
if they watch this,
I love that.
If they
help us out so much.
If they eventually see this, they're like, "You motherfucker! Like you forgot our name."
Blue Stones.
Blue Stones.
No.
The Blue Stones.
God damn. Whatever. Sorry. But whatever. But I basically was
watch.
like,
It'll come to you in like 10 minutes, and
yeah.
you'll blurt it out. Or
Well,
on the
we were
drive
like-
on the drive home, you'll
we
figure
had to
it
do
out.
that show like David was like.
But you
died.
did it. But you
We did it.
Yeah.
We did it. And no, before that show, like 2 days before that, it was me, the only one, super sick. And I was one of the first one getting sick, like real sick, like
Right.
throwing up and stuff. And it was like, "Oh, Ramon, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine." And I told my friend Tommy helps me out with the guitar. He's always taking care of me.
Is he like your guitar tech?
Yeah.
Shout out to Tommy, the guitar tech, man.
Well, yeah, and he does all the stage manage. and all the
okay,
shit. He's the man. And I was like, "Tommy, man, please get some Gatorade, something like that for me, and please
Yeah.
bring like a cube, something, because if I have to throw up,
you need it right there.
I want it
Yeah.
right there."
Oh yeah.
So we did it. I did it. I did the show. It was all right. Everything was good. I finished the show. I was dead. I was like,
Oh
like,
yeah.
okay, it's
After you're
over.
done.
So
Yeah.
I called down, go to sleep. I went to my bank, slept for like 2-3 hours, and I remember I went to sleep pretty quick. And I remembered I woke up, and there were still people in the main lounge on the bus.
Oh okay. Yeah.
Having some drinks or just chilling, cooling down. And I remember I opened the door, and somebody was using the bathroom, and I was like sweating, like I was like cold, hot, and I needed to go just to throw up or whatever. And the last thing that I remember, because like we had those tour buses have those doors that they like kind of like close after you and all this stuff.
But you mean like halfway down the bus?
Yeah.
To section off the bunks,
Yeah,
the back room.
As soon as I left the bank section, there was like I was just waiting for the bathroom,
That's the
and I just like lay down a little bit on the door, and I faint.
what?
I totally faint. Last thing I remember is David putting water, and like just like I told him like, dude, like I saw you, like you were like an angel, you know what I mean? And I was like, and they were like, trying to get me back, and I faint, totally faint. You
No
just get
shit.
some like, I got some Gatorade and all this stuff. I'm
Yeah.
call it a night. But they were like, man, I thought they were like thinking and called the ambulance.
Right, yeah.
And I was the first one. The next day, it was everybody else.
You got
everybody.
They're
It
like,
wasn't, it wasn't
Fuck
me.
you, Ramon.
It wasn't me the first one. Was the photographer Jonathan got it first one, and we thought it was like okay, but everybody got it except Jordan.
You know who's Jordan?
Jordan is grandson.
He's grandson,
Yeah.
right? Oh, okay, sorry. Should
So
have done my
it's-
research.
Yeah, it's all yeah. He was the only one, the only standing, and it's the only one that we need 100%.
Right, you need because
He has to be on.
it's the worst when a singer gets sick. It's so hard to bullshit that, especially if your voice is not holding up. Because I saw Justin Timberlake. I didn't go to his concert. They did like the Hollywood Boulevard concerts that Jimmy
Mhm.
Kimmel does. He was
Yeah.
sick.
It's
and
pretty rough. It's
and
pretty rough.
He got like 2 songs in, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I am sorry, guys, I can't."
Yeah,
He's like, "I can't. If I could, I would." He's like, my voice isn't," and we could hear it.
yeah,
And you're like, he's a good singer,
yeah.
but the body was just like, "No, You don't get to, and he was just like, I have to call it. I have to be done. Like, it's just not happening. And so, yeah, at least he wasn't sick. Yeah.
Like literally like we've done like in the past 2 years and a half, like a lot of shows, like I would say more than 200 shows. And he's always been delivered like a champ. Like,
oh shit.
Of course he had days that they've been sick.
Yeah.
You know?
It happens.
But he's always being on top of it. Like, yeah.
There's also something to like what I was saying before was like I always have the thing of when I have to do an extra amount of work or shows or whatever, it's so weird too because sometimes I end up playing the best I've ever played.
Yeah, right.
You feel like absolute horrible before the show. You're like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And then all of a sudden this like Superman adrenaline kicks in.
Yeah.
And you're on point.
And you do it.
And you forget that you're sick. You don't feel like I almost don't feel the symptoms. You don't feel the fever. You don't feel the scratches. You don't feel anything. It's like gone because you kind of have to deliver. And then the second you're done, it hits you all again. Yeah. And you're like, and your body's like, oh yeah, don't forget, like you're sick. Like I can't. Yeah. So that's the other thing too. Like you've been out with you've been out with grandson for a while because I know every time I see you like you let me know, you let us know, hey, I'm here.
I'm back.
Please, yeah.
Let's come back. Let's go have a beer.
Or like we'll be out at the Viper Room or whatever, and then I'll be like, we'll be talking, and then I'm like, hey, well, why don't we do something next week? And you're like, oh, I'm gone again. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm like, when you back? And you're like, 2 months from now.
Yeah, it's been like the past 2 years. They've been crazy.
Okay? Yeah, like what? Take me back a little bit. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about grandson.
Yeah.
What's that like been like? How did you get involved with those guys?
So, I joined the grandson team for the first tour that they got.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that was like 2008, the end of 2017.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say 2007. I was like, wow, you've been with them for a while.
The end of 2017. I got this call from David. David is a drummer. I met David.
David
Ramòn.
David Ramòn?
David Ramòn.
Ramòn? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Drummer, okay.
He's a drummer, right? So I met him before doing auditions for different, you know how it is.
Yeah.
The funny fact about David and I is like David is originally from Germany.
Really? Oh, okay.
But he grew up in Malaga. Malaga is a city an hour and a half away from my city, Granada, in Spain.
Right. Oh, but it's in Spain. Okay.
It's in Spain.
Oh, no
so
shit.
David is a German. You see, David is a German guy. It's a like.
But does he sound?
It's like a German guy. Like you type German guy is a photo of David, right? So
stock photo. Are we talking like blonde hair,
blue
eyes, like the villain in a Bond movie?
Blonde hair, blue eyes, skin, German. German.
He's like
German.
that guy's a German guy.
Where are you from?
In
Germany.
Quentin Tarantino's The German Man.
Yeah,
it's David. Got it.
So I was like, that was when I met her first time. It was probably like 5-6 years ago.
Oh,
we were doing I was doing an audition for somebody else. I don't know with the name of the artist that was doing the audition for. We were in Nightingale, and David was organizing the slot for them. Audition.
Okay.
He was like part of that project, so it was like taking care of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Even though I have a thick Spanish accent.
Yeah.
6 years ago was even worse.
Was it really?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
how long have we known each other?
We know each other from almost 10 years, man.
Has it been 10 years?
I've been living in
it
LA
doesn't
for 10
feel
years.
like it.
We met at MI.
I know. That's what I was here. Forgive me. And
I forgive
people.
you,
All right, hold on. Wait, we can't have inside jokes. Dude, here's the thing. I don't even remember where that came from. I don't remember how that started.
I don't even know, man.
I just know it started, and we've been doing it for like a year or two now.
Yeah, we're always forgiving each other.
I don't remember.
I remember we were at the Viper Room doing the Sunset Jam. I said it. I don't know why I said it. It was funny.
Was it you who started it?
Yeah, I forgive you. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgive you. I care. It was. Oh my! And
Yeah.
I caught onto it. and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because no, and that's the thing. Like, I forget who I've known from where and how long and all that stuff because mine, 91-year-old grandmother has a better memory than than my memory. It's like I forget shit because I've just always known you and like Dario and Nick.
Yeah.
And like, to name a few other people that I'm forgetting right now. And I go, how long have we been friends? How long have we known? And it's weird that it's like, shit, it's been like 10 years.
We know, I mean, we kind of know each other. Or at least I have an idea of who, about you back in the day, back at the Musician Institute.
Yeah.
Time.
We went to MI in 2000. I graduated in 2012.
Yeah, I did 2013.
Oh, so you were just a little bit behind me.
I guess that was like 6 months.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, we were not like together, but I kind of you always like we whatever.
We were around. We were in the same circles and stuff like that.
Funny
Yeah.
thing was like, and this is funny because like back in the days, 10 years ago, my English was even worse than now. So I wasn't able. I wasn't able to.
Right.
I was able to communicate,
Yeah.
but I wasn't able to be myself.
That's
pretty hard.
Yeah, it would be like me going to a foreign country and nobody speaks English.
Yeah.
And I have to figure out also like with the accent thing, but like it's funny that you say that, like if you feel bad about it or you feel like you can't be yourself. I always feel that way because I feel like, again, sorry to blame Ohio, but everybody talks like this. Everybody's super concise. It's like that.
Yeah.
So when I meet a lot of people from LA who have accents, and not just from like Spain, but like, Italy or
everywhere.
Australia,
Everywhere.
you get this thing where you're like, I can't understand what they're saying.
I know. Sorry.
No, but you guys do. But do you see what it's like? A different way of it's like a different way of talking and a different way of delivering.
I don't know. It's accents, I mean, I was feeling like that at the beginning for the first 2 years. For the first 2 years.
Did have you gone back home lately and people go, whoa, your accent's changed?
That's funny because that happened to me. So now I find myself that I don't speak English. I don't speak Spanish either. You know what I mean? So, it depends on so I have that mix of whatever going on.
No,
I go to Spain sometimes.
You're the California Spaniard.
So what's going on with your mouth, man? Why are you sounding like that? And I'm like, you're really saying that to me right now? Can you see my tears right now?
You're like, I am from Spain. And they're like, no, not anymore.
So
now, you've changed, man. You changed.
Yeah, so back during those times,
back to the...
even though, like, I was just, I probably would say, we talk, but I wasn't able just to crack a joke or be myself.
Yeah. It takes a minute to get the rhythm.
Take a minute. And like, a lot of the people that you mentioned, like Nick, you and Alyssa, we became better friends, at least on my end, when we started doing the Sunset Jam.
Yeah.
And that was like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. I don't remember.
That was in 2016, January.
Yeah. So in those 3 years, I bought some time just to improve my English. So be able to be your friend, brother.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So
David,
okay,
sorry,
David.
Sorry, folks.
David,
we go off the rails.
Of course, he say, hey, Ramon. And I was like, hi, how are you?
Wait, he has that accent. Your accent.
No. He would speak great English, but as soon as he heard my voice, he knew that I was from Spain.
Right.
And he switched to Spanish.
Get the fuck out
right
of
away. Here. And he has a accent from the city that he lives in Spain. There's such a peculiar accent.
Really?
It's a peculiar accent that I never heard in California.
Right. You're like an accent where you're like, you're from there.
Yeah, you are from Malaga, and you are from where I like so close from where I grow up, and we are in the middle of Burbank in a random rehearsal space.
You're like, what are the odds?
And this white dude is talking like a guy from Malaga to me in Spanish, and I was like, oh man, this is so weird, man. So we got that connection right away. We started talking. Oh man, where you from? Are you from Granada? Yeah, because he knew that I was from Granada as soon as we switched to Spanish, because I have my accent from Granada is pretty peculiar too.
Right.
So we became such a good friend. So long story short, he was always doing like, auditions and all this stuff. He was calling me, you know, I was, being part of the audition, but never got the gig with him because different things, they
Yeah.
were looking for a blonde guy or
That
whatever.
happened. You've referred me to, I think, like last year, it was like 2 gigs.
Yeah, right.
You referred me to something that I didn't get.
That's LA.
And that happens.
LA.
That's
It's
how
like
it goes.
you had to do thousands
Nick,
of auditions to
Yeah,
get.
Nick and I were talking about that same exact thing,
You
and
know?
it's because you know, like, it's auditioning is. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the first episode, but this is one of my, and we've probably talked about this. One of the best things I ever heard in my life, and it happened in 2016. Sorry, and I'll get back to Grandson. I won't go off the rails too far. I was sitting in my apartment, 2016, early in the year, sitting on the couch, and I found this YouTube video, and I can't find it. If anybody else can find it out there, let me know. And it was a audition acting coach.
Okay.
And she goes, "There's a million reasons why you won't get the gig, and they have nothing to do with you."
Oh yeah.
I heard that, and I was like, and this like weight
Yeah.
lifted off of my shoulders.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's how the way they approach everything, all kind of auditions,
can-
everything
yeah.
that I'm done, I'm do is like that. It's like
Yeah, because you could come in, and let's say you and I were auditioning for a band, like one of us was in the
Yeah.
band, and the manager can go. One manager could be like, I like how O'Grady looks different than Ramon. And another manager could be like, I don't like how they look different. We need a more similar look. Because it depends on what they're going for.
yeah.
And you don't know what they want,
You
and
never
they
know.
don't fucking
You
know what
never
they
know.
want.
You
Yeah,
just
anyway.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
But that's how it goes out here. You just
It's
kind of
how it
roll the
goes.
dice, and you luck out sometimes. You
It's
meet
good.
somebody, especially if you can connect.
yeah.
And you can connect with David and go, oh, we can tolerate each other and hang out, be on a tour bus
Yeah, that's
for a long period of time,
That's
because
what I-
that's a very big important
that's
part.
the most important part.
Very important.
Doing auditions is great. In my humble experience, doing auditions are good, but because of that, because you expose yourself to other people that are checking you out. You are not the right one for that gig,
But you'll be,
but you that, and that what happened to me with David. I was part of like 2 or 3 auditions that he was being part of it. David now he's like 100% playing with Grandson.
oh, but he was doing,
because we like everybody's doing it like that, because we don't really have a lot of like, I mean, I do a lot of things back in LA when I'm back, but I like our main thing, because time is
Oh, yeah.
Grandson, right?
Yeah.
So David back in the days, it was doing, like everybody else, including me, including you, like everybody's just playing with a lot of people, it's all good.
right.
At that point, he was doing, I don't know, it was like so random that I was being part or being getting calls to do auditions for projects or band that he was like working with.
Yeah.
And he always telling me, man, like you did a great job, but they're looking for a guy with blonde hair.
Yeah.
Or you did a great job, but the brother of the bass player is gonna get the gig.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And he told me, man, when I have the power to bring you, I'm gonna bring you out.
Oh, that's nice. That's really sweet.
That's what he did. But I wasn't with Grandson the first time. I was with another artist. He used to play with is called Tyler Rich.
Okay.
Shout out to him. He's an incredible
Shout out to Tyler Ridge.
country guitar player, country artist. That he's doing incredible. He's originally from North California, but now he's all located in Nashville. But back in the days, they were like living here in LA. And David used to tour and play a lot with them.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
And they needed a guitar player to sub for one of the other guitar players for like a week run or like a 3-4 days.
For Tyler, yeah.
For Tyler. And he was like, yo, what are you doing next week? Because, this is how it always happens.
Yeah.
Always last minute. How are you doing next week? Like, I don't know. What's up?
Yeah.
So he was like, we had
I've
those
got enough,
shows
yeah.
with Tyler. We're going to do a rehearsal and we're going to go and play. I was like, okay, let's go. They sent me the songs, learn it. Tyler Rich, I still having 2 guitar players.
Yeah.
Right. So it wasn't a lot of, it was,
Yeah.
I spoke with the guitar player. Which solos do I have to take? Well, just tell me how you want to do it. I had a meeting with him at Jordan at Jordan, no, at Davis Place.
Oh, okay.
We went over the parts and we did a rehearsal with all the band, but no Tyler, no singer. So we
Right.
went, I learned all the parts. Next thing we were doing like playing like a big amphitheater, like a big place with him. And I met Tyler 2 hours before the show. And I had a song that was like only by myself with him. Like for like the beginning of the song, like typical band,
Yeah.
they use the
Woo.
guitar. And I'm like, okay, I better don't fuck up now because
yeah,
like,
that's
So everything like that first show came great. We did another 2 shows. The shows were good. Everybody was happy, and I think David found out that I was a cool guy to hang out on
right.
the road,
Yeah.
being in a band,
Yeah.
traveling, sleeping, whatever,
Yeah.
So when the grandson opportunity on they needed like a guitar player to do the tour in
Right.
Canada. The guitar player used to play with them wasn't able to commit
For the
to-
shows
for the-
and all
for-
this stuff.
for the touring and all the stuff. Because the funny thing about Grandson is like before that tour, they were doing like, and it's not funny, it's just a fact. What happened was like they were doing like just a few shows there, like
Yeah.
a show here, like it wasn't like
You mean like spot dates?
spot days,
Yeah.
So they went like just to play, I don't know, like a few times per month to, okay, we have a tour, So the
Right.
guy was like, I cannot commit with that, yada, yada. And David was like, what are you doing next week? I was like, I don't know, you tell me. And I was like, so yeah, he told me about it. And I was like, yeah, let's go.
No shit.
Send me the music and all the stuff. Thing is, grandson music is not like standard
Guitar?
country music. It's
Oh.
like it's way guitar orientated. Like it's
Oh, it
pretty
is. Right.
heavy riff.
Yeah.
Riff is like it's all guitars,
Yeah.
and the guitars are all like the guitar parts is that you have a lot of no pressure, like a lot of work to do. Like you have
Right,
to
make sure you have it.
to deliver that stuff.
Yeah,
It's not like that
absolutely.
you have to go with acoustic play G, C, and D, and you
And
good
you
to go.
fly under the radar.
It's like riff.
riff,
And it's like all
riff.
like 90% of the music that we play live is play with baritone's guitar. It's a pretty low guitar,
Right. Is that the
everything-
Reverend guitars?
Yeah, it's like
you
it's
use.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get into that later or whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I do want to talk about that because those things look fucking
yeah,
rad.
they make incredible.
And the
guitars.
name is cool.
yeah,
Reverend
Reverend's, baby.
Guitars.
Yeah. So
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
We'll
it's
give.
not-
I just
yeah.
like that name. It makes me.
so at that
it's like
point,
rock
I
and roll,
didn't
yeah.
own a baritone guitar.
right.
So I have to ask a friend. My friend Linnell is a great guitar player too. Like, man, I need a baritone guitar to do this project. I borrow him his Fender Telecaster. Like, it was a great guitar too. And so I had like 10 days to learn like 30, 45 minutes of a lot of guitar driven songs.
right.
With a weird sounding, like weird, like grandson music. His producer is his name is Kevin. Is known by Boone. He's a fucking genius,
No shit.
and like
yeah.
it's so. Fucking,
I've heard some of the songs.
yeah,
They're
it's
awesome. They're
so-
rad.
It's so cool just to try to get the sounds that he gets in the computer. Just like it's a lot of work. Like to me, I love
Yeah.
it. Like I love.
You got to be like a mad scientist.
I love
Yeah.
just experiment with pedals, stuff to get exactly the same sounds that are in the album and all the
Yeah.
stuff. That's my job, and I love to do it. But when you have time, at this point,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this when like in 10 days. We're gonna do 2 rehearsals. We do 2-3 rehearsals, and I have like a 30-40 minutes music that I never heard before
Yeah.
in a weird key that never played. Like, I've done a lot of recording with baritones and all the stuff, but I like this is like heavy orientated baritones, like pretty low, with weird sounds that you don't, like the fast, like weird with the, it's so nasty, so
Right.
cool, so
Yeah.
cool. But I was like, so much work.
Yeah.
And I was all me because like not all me, like it was a lot. Like I said, it's like you don't wanna have a mistake playing an AC/DC song.
No.
You
You
don't-
can't, 'cause people will
because
know.
Everybody
They
knows
will know.
cha-da-da, cha-da-da.
They will know.
You know.
You can't
it's,
fuck it
it's
up
that kind of same
at
thing
all
that happened with the
with
grandson's
grandson's material.
music.
Yeah.
So,
And the
okay.
sound.
And the sound.
Because I can't tell you how many times I've heard, and sometimes it's really tough
It is.
to get that exact sound that somebody else got with something because you're just like, you either don't have that piece of gear
Yeah.
or you don't have that kind of guitar. I remember I did a band one time, and the MD, it was kind of a dick thing to say, but he's like, you should have everything. And I was like, what? Because he's like, do you have this sound? This is what he goes. He knew the tracks. Like he had the, he's one of those guys. He has the tracks. He knows the sounds. He knows what's the software. And he had it. And he goes, oh, you need the AK-42-25 zip, zip, zip thing. And I go, I don't have that effect. And he goes, you should have everything.
I mean, yeah.
And I was like, fuck you. I was like, that was a dick. But I get it. Like, they want people to come in and do the job. But
funny.
Sometimes it's hard because there's so much out there
Yeah.
that you're like, and they go, oh, well, what we routed it through this amp, through this guitar, through this chain, through this software. And you're like,
And they have
that's how you do it.
They normally have the stems, so they know everything.
They know
isolate.
everything.
So,
you don't.
Yeah, you don't. And sometimes, like for us, back in the days, right now, when we get a song, it's like we get the stems, we get everything. It's like,
that's
like
nice.
It's
Isn't that
piece of
nice?
cake. But like I'm telling you, all this happened before Jordan got signed, and it was like kind of independent thing that we were doing,
yeah.
right? So that was like, let's go. Those are the songs we have these days. Next thing is like this Friday we're gonna be playing in. Was in Canada. We did like we opened.
This
for
is
this
with
band.
with Jordan.
With grandson. Yes.
Or no, you're not. Now you're with grandson.
No, now I'm with grandson. So
okay, sorry.
The thing with Tyler was pretty like it was good.
You did your thing.
We did
you were done.
Like,
you were good to go.
But
okay.
after that, David called me again to tell me, yo,
Hey.
I need you again, and that was with grandson. That's how I started to work
Right,
with him. That
okay.
started to join the team.
You jumped on the shows.
To jump the shows. I
Right.
read I just went for 2-3 rehearsals with them.
Yeah.
And the next thing is we were in a band, the 4 of us, with the gear,
And there you go.
like doing all by ourselves.
And
like,
grandson was like, "Hey, he should stay."
At that point, man, at that point he didn't have another options. Like, was like, he has to be the guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
And
because
sometimes that's good. That happens for like a good reason. And when you get to jump in by the seat of your pants and you get to kind of almost save the day, it's like
yeah, I mean, they were like
everybody's because we're all in this together. We need somebody to because I've played with you a bunch.
Yeah.
And it's a blast fucking playing with you.
I think same.
By the way,
same.
like, because we have fun. I know,
Yeah.
like, last time we played together was Killing in the Name at the Viper Room.
Oh yeah, baby.
It was fun.
It was always fun.
That was my favorite because I haven't played that song in forever. And I was like, wait, how does it go again? That's a cool song because you can't look it up.
I know.
Isn't that funny?
It's good. Yeah.
You can't look it up.
You can't.
There's no tabs to
No.
double check anything.
No.
And
it's a classic.
it's I don't know whose control is that, but they did a good job. I mean, no, so yeah, when you get to go, so you got to jump in with grandson, and then they were
So
like,
that's how it started.
and
Everything
you've
started,
been his guitar player with
yeah,
recording or just live?
No, I just do it live.
Just
All
live. Gotcha.
Like,
yeah.
like I said, like all the music, the grandson music is made by Jordan, his producer, guitar, Boom.
Yeah.
Kevin. To me, it's hard to call him.
Is it
Boom.
Is it Boon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boone. I love that. It's
Yeah.
Boone.
He's Kevin.
He's yeah. You're not calling him by
So
his.
now
yeah,
we
artist.
have this team. Like everybody know the roles, and we go all together. So I speak with Kevin. Yo, Kevin, how do you do that? Like that, or like
Oh, that's
like
nice.
it's like the communication
It's comfortable.
is so good. Like,
Right.
And it's like it's no egos at all. Like everybody knows their job, and everybody's grateful doing it. So it's all good. You
What
know?
have you been talking to these guys since everything
Oh
has
yeah, we
happened?
talked yesterday. We did like a Zoom. We talked like
What are they? What's grandson doing now?
well, now he's putting music. Like literally, he's releasing
Just
songs,
releasing songs.
releasing songs
Yeah.
like almost every week.
Get the
You
fuck
know?
out of here! No shit.
Yeah,
you hear that,
actually,
everybody? Go check out grandson.
oh,
He's
yeah.
releasing material
Yeah.
because
yeah,
you can't go see him live
I'm
right now.
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Unfortunately not. We are.
Have they talked about like? Do they know anything? Like, because you guys had all this stuff set up.
We
So it's canceled or postponed or
I mean,
what?
the thing about this situation is like nobody knows anything.
They don't know.
Nobody. Like I'm
They're
talking
just
about
Arms up, like what the fuck?
booking agents,
Right.
venues, promoters, anybody. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. You know. So or things are getting postponed,
Yeah.
but we don't know.
There's no dates.
Nobody knows. You
Yeah.
know? It's
Because they
not-
can't. Because
You can reschedule, but like doesn't matter. There's a lot of people. They instead they already rescheduled for May.
and then they had to
And they
reschedule
had
it
to
again.
Reschedule again.
I just saw somebody post on Instagram. Oh, God, I can't remember who it was. It was going to drive me crazy. And it's a big artist, like John Mayer or something. Not John Mayer. It wasn't John Mayer, but it's like that, right?
Yeah.
And they go, I'm sorry, guys. Unfortunately, I have to reschedule again.
Yeah.
For like the third time. Like, they're like,
Yeah.
because everything's getting pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And then
Yeah.
I saw the article that was like 2020, fall of 2021. And I was like, no. Fall of 2021?
Yeah, I hope this is not so fast.
Well, what do you think about the drive-in concerts?
I-
Have you seen
I
those
would
articles?
love- let's go.
You think it's a good idea?
I mean, I'm not giving
Would you go? Would you go to that show and have a good time?
I will. Yeah.
No shit. You would dig
Yeah.
it? I find it weird.
Yeah, I guess I had to say I would go because I want to go and play it for a lot of cards.
Well, yeah, I would want to go and play it for sure. And I get it because it's our only option right now. I
Yeah.
totally get that. But it's not the same thing. A concert?
No.
Of course not. No, I know.
No, you wanna be a show. You wanna be.
You want bodies.
You wanna be feeling
right.
people. It's like totally anti. It's totally anti Corona. But you wanna have people like. I remember when I was like 13, 14 years old. I was watching, going to festivals in Europe. You know, summer, t-shirtless on the pit in the mosh pit, sweating.
Yeah.
With other people sweat around me. You know, like
There's nothing like yeah.
That's rock and roll. That's what kids likes to do. I don't like to do that anymore.
No, we
because
can't.
I'm a diva. No, I'm kidding. But like, but you know, but like that's the cool. And when you're playing, you like to see like kids having that experience that you already had and like that energy.
You're not gonna get that looking at fucking
No, in
the
your car.
windshield.
Yeah, but at least
You're not gonna like. It's not a drive-in movie. Drive-in. You guys do drive-in movies back at home?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's
a few
fi-
places. It's not like it's not.
But
as
it's
big
gonna
as
come.
here.
Yeah, but it's gonna come back.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's
definitely.
cool. Drive-ins are awesome.
Yeah, I've never been in one of those actually.
Never been to a
Never
drive-in?
to a
Oh,
drive-in.
it's fun.
No,
Oh,
again,
it's.
I've seen it. I watch it in the movies.
There's something about. I'm one of those people like with concerts.
Yeah.
I'm a person who's like, my one cousin from Ohio. They make fun of me. They call me a hipster.
Yeah.
I never thought I was a hipster. I didn't know what a hipster was for the longest time. But like, I like the feel of things. I like stuff. I like the vinyls. I
Yeah.
like going to the movies.
Yeah.
I like going to the concert. I like buying the album. I like the tangible thing. So when you go to a show, you want to smell. If it's a festival, you want to smell the grass. You want to feel the air. You want to smell the overcharged beer, that kind of a type of thing. And like you said, that sweat, that energy. Like, because I remember one of the first metal shows I ever went to.
Yeah.
I lost my shit. I had so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah, I remember a show. I remember
It was,
Metallica.
oh, that's
I was
one of-
on the Peter Metallica show in Bilbao in a festival there. And I always remember they were playing like kind of like in that golden hour. Like there was like in Spain, you know, get late and during the summer
right. The
Not
sunset
pretty-
golden
not
hour, the
not
photo.
Pretty late, not
Yeah.
pretty late, but like around 9, 10.
Yeah.
You know, that's late for some part of the world. But I remember had that experience that they were playing. I don't know, like I think they were playing like during that tour they were playing some songs. I'm a huge Metallica fan, but they were playing some songs and they were
You're not a
playing-
huge Metallica?
I am.
Oh, you are.
I
Yeah.
am a huge.
You know, I saw him at the Rose
Metallica.
Bowl in 2017.
Yeah, yeah.
It was fucking rad.
Yeah,
It's so much
yeah.
fun. Anyway,
I
sorry, go
love it.
ahead.
So they were playing all Master of Puppet, the album.
They played the whole album?
Yeah, they played like a few songs at the beginning of the show, and they start to play Master of Puppet, and I was like, okay, Master
Whoa.
of Puppet, okay, no, but very like they did them all. They did them all.
They
And I
did the whole album.
from song number 1 to song number
9?
10.
What's the
9 or
track?
10.
I think the
Yeah, I
track.
think it's Orion.
Orion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the name
I think
in
it's like
Spanish. That's how
8
we
or-
call it, Orion.
Orion.
If you say,
Orion?
yo, do you like Orion song from Metallica in Spain? Everybody's gonna say, what? You mean Orion?
Orion.
Yes.
That sounds better than Orion.
Yeah.
Like Orion. Are you here?
Orion
It's-
is great.
Orion. I
Orion.
think of Orion's belt.
But yeah, I had that remember, I had those memories of me being on the mosh pit, and I seen like the kind of like this golden hour, and the people they were like, because that was in the middle of the big field
Yeah.
in the mountains.
Yeah.
So there wasn't like it wasn't even flat or whatever. They were like
Oh
part-
yeah,
they
yeah,
were
yeah. It
part
goes.
of, like
It's,
they were
yeah.
part like the
It looks like the ocean.
the pit was like, oh, I'm gonna get like everybody's gonna get like I'm gonna get buried
it's-
behind. It was so cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I miss that.
That's what I'm worried about is that how long it's gonna be before we have that. Because like
I guess that they're gonna have to get like a vaccine or like some medicines that can help you out to fight the symptoms and all the stuff. And I'm assuming that at this point there's like people like I don't know. I just play guitar. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Sorry
Right.
about that word.
I know it's okay. Neither do I.
But it's like I think the people that they are in the higher risk, they're gonna have to like trying to chill a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know. And maybe if you are like 65, like my uncle or whatever.
Right.
My uncle is a badass. But like for example, if he's 65 and he has like kind of like a heart disease, whatever, maybe don't go to the mosh pit Metallica show. You know what I mean? So don't do it. We're gonna be cool. Let the kids go. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's like I know that like I guess that we're gonna have to find ways.
Yeah.
God.
That's what really, really sucks is because weirdly enough, like I didn't have anything going on that got pulled out from me because of this. So I didn't have anything like that, but it just did diminish from going to actually like look forward to like what could happen this year.
Yeah.
And figure it out. But yeah, cuz also too with summertime and the contact of people.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've experienced this. I'm sure you've noticed. I don't know. Maybe. I feel like LA is like, sorry, LA, but it's almost like the worst place to play as far as locally.
Yeah. It's cool, but I agree with you.
It's not like when you go to Des Moines, Iowa or Dayton, Ohio.
LA is
and they're
great.
like, fucking you're here.
Yes.
Like, and they're like so like I played in, you know what? One of my favorite shows I played was in Atlanta, Georgia. Was it Atlanta? Yeah, it was Atlanta. And it was on like a Tuesday night in March. And it was one of those shows where somebody called me up and said, "Hey, what are you doing next week?"
Yeah.
And I jumped and I played the show with the band like the following night in like Richmond, Virginia. And then when we were down in Atlanta, those motherfuckers were so excited that we were there, and we were the opener for the opener.
Yeah.
And they were charged. They were like ready to go, and it was just the energy was so. And it's just like you forget when I've been in LA for so long now that you're like, because we're all musicians.
I couldn't be more agree with you. The thing about LA, I don't know is this that we are all musicians or not. Is like we are used to get the best from everybody comes here. Every day, well, used to, not anymore. But I have a funny thing a story about that feeling. I remember the first time that I was, do you know the Sunset Trip Festival?
Yeah. They
make, they close out like, Sunset Trip.
Right. It's like at the top where the whiskey is, right?
Yeah. The trip. So I was the first summer that I was living in LA. And I remember the day it was a festival that I got tickets for. Slash, they were playing with one of the first show with his solo project.
With Miles Kennedy?
With Miles Kennedy.
Yeah.
When he put the album with Miles Kennedy and a lot of other singers, like the guy from Maroon 5, Motorhead.
Yeah. Wolf Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ozzy.
Yeah, Ozzy.
Dave did a song. Dave Grohl did a song.
That album is incredible.
I love that album.
When I heard it, I was like, this is so cool. So he was playing. And now, okay, so check this out. This is me 9 years ago. My first summer in Los Angeles.
Right, yeah.
Being a student at Musician Institute. I'm here for the rock and roll. I love Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
And I'm in the Sunset Strip. It's close. The show, the stage is there. Look to my right, the Roxy. A little behind, Whiskey I go. To me, I love those places, but I know what they are, and it's okay. But back in the days, I was like, okay, this is a movie happening right now, and I'm gonna play Slash. They open with Night Train.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, they open with Paradise City.
Oh, they opened with that?
Yeah. So that was me.
That's a bold move to open with Paradise.
I'm getting the chills, man. I'm getting the chills, brother. I was like checking a Slash playing Guns N' Roses on the Sunset Strip where they grow up,
Right.
in front of the Roxy, in front of the Wixie, and this is incredible. With Miles Kennedy, was one of my favorite singers ever. That
He's
band is
so good.
So I was listening to that, and I was like, wow. I was like crazy.
Right.
I was like, and I was looking back, and they had these guys just talking about their lives, just chilling, like just like smoking a cigarette or whatever. Like they didn't care. They didn't give. They didn't care. And I was like, are you guys kidding me? Can you guys shut up? I'm gonna like, why you guys don't like crazy with that? Because people are used to, because Slash, they've seen Slash already 34 times.
Yeah.
The other day is so funny. I was I was like, let me tell you, this is so funny. I was at Ralph in Studio City with it was the most bizarre experience that I had from LA.
This was recent,
like 3-4 weeks ago.
Oh, no shit.
Like before the mandatory mask situation.
Oh, okay.
But it was like already it was fucking Ralph, people doing groceries, crazy with all this weird energy there's right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting out of the Ralph, and I just saw a Slash walking by.
What the fuck?
And I was a Slash in a Slash mode, like the only thing he didn't has the
He doesn't have the top hat.
top hat, but it was the hat, the baseball hat.
Oh, he's got a ball cap on. Yeah. He usually always wears hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like just
Or like a beanie.
He just walking in front of me without mask, with his glasses. Slash.
No shit.
And I was, this is so cool. But that was me, Ramon from the present. It's like, I don't care.
Right.
10 years ago.
What are you going to do?
Because
You
I'm
can't.
here in LA, like people in LA talking about the shows when you play.
Right.
Kids are used to see Slash walking rough.
We get a little accustomed to it. Also, there's a thing about it where when you first move here, and you've probably experienced this with people when we've been out and about, when people are really new, it can be a little annoying.
It is.
A little bit. Like the excitement that's in it. But we have that.
I get it.
I get it. We've been there. But then you don't want to be like jaded and be like, yeah, whatever, I'm fucking cool, like, and I live in LA, and I like, whatever. Like people who are too cool for school, I don't dig those people. They really piss me off. I really don't dig that vibe. I'm like, I don't.
But we are not like that.
But no, I don't think so. I think we're pretty cool. We're okay. We're all right. And also musicians who don't have a sense of humor. People who are too serious about it. That's people. You know what I don't like? For anybody listening out there, and if you don't agree with me, I don't like the over-the-top rock and roll guys who think that their life is a movie, like they are Motley Crue.
But we're still living in the 90s, in the 80s.
Right, yes.
In the 80s.
I hate that. I hate it.
Cool.
I hate it. It's not real. It's not reality. It's annoying.
You can find that here.
You can find it here.
But
I just don't like it.
I don't like it either.
You know what it does? You know what it feels like? It doesn't feel authentic.
It's not.
It feels like you're playing a part in a movie that you read about in the dirt when you were a kid, and you're living it now.
Yeah.
And I get it. I was influenced by it too. You're like, Tommy Lee's a badass. Like, Slash is a badass. But, and I understand that and everything. And like when you do see the celebrities and stuff, like, and the best thing, like, I've had my fair share of, like good celebrity interactions and some so-so ones or whatever like that. For the most part, I've been pretty lucky.
Yeah.
But like the one thing I like about it, like, of course, you're not going to go up to Slash as he's carrying groceries and ask for his autograph.
No.
That would be fucking
No.
horrible. Like, he would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I've heard, and I've only heard really good stories about him, and which is great. I've never heard anybody go like, Slash is a dick. I'm sure he's probably had rough moments, but like, I saw Guns N' Roses for the first time at the Palladium.
Okay.
I have the ticket right over there.
Yes.
It was either October or November, whenever they played at the Palladium, and my buddy brought me, and because he had tickets, because he works at UTA, and he's cool like that, and they give tickets to people. So he's like, we're going to go see Guns N' Roses. And I was like, fuck.
Let's go.
Yes. And here's the thing. I'll bet you the whole time I was thinking, I wish this show was somewhere else, not in LA.
In LA.
I wish it wasn't in LA.
I know. I mean, yeah.
Because we're all fans, but we're also all musicians or actors.
Yeah.
And everybody's there observing it like it's a painting at a museum.
Playing the role, right?
Yeah. And the
funny.
coolest thing about it, though, was the coolest thing. I love Guns N' Roses. Slash is my hero. Nobody's cooler than Slash. But I got to meet Bill Burr, the comedian, at the Guns N' Roses show. I was like, I looked over to my left.
Yes.
I was like, ah!
I love that dude. It's so funny.
I was like, excuse me, hey man, I fucking love you. You're awesome. He's like, thanks, man. And I was like, this is my buddy Matt. And like, you know, he's just like, immediately.
Thank you for road. Let it be. I'm kidding. No?
Yeah.
Right? That's so fucking fun.
Yeah. And no, he immediately jumped into a conversation with us. He was like, I want to stay for the whole show, but I can't. I got to go to the farmer's market with my wife and kid in the morning.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, we were like, it's
But
funny because when
it's the audience is that same vibe where you're like, this.
It is. I mean, I felt I can coming back a little bit like this past like to touring. We've been touring. We tour America like almost 4 or 5 times.
No shit.
Like we did like one headliner. We did Joy Wave. We did Hova Johnson. We did Nothing But Thieves.
You played with Nothing But Thieves?
Yeah.
Those guys are rad.
Yeah, I fucking love those guys.
Dude, that song Sorry,
Yeah.
that's my favorite.
Do you want to tell you something? What happened? I got to play with them.
You played with them? Why
Yeah.
did you ever tell me that?
Yeah, it was
I didn't know
so
that.
I would remember.
Jeez.
I love the guys. I love the guys. They are incredible guys.
Wow.
Incredible dudes. I keep relationship with Phil, the bass player. We're homies. You know, we send. We talk, you know, through IG, whatever. We became homies, right? When we got the tour, I was the only one that was they knew about them. The guys,
Really?
the rest of the guys, the guys, I shouldn't say whatever. I mean, they were like, okay, cool, like yes, let's go, you know.
Yeah.
But I was like, man,
This
these
is Nothing But
guys,
Thieves. They're cool. They're awesome.
These guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I have a little fan in me here. I like the guy. I like the band. You know, I liked them before.
Before you were
Before I was they told us it's cool, and when I got to meet them, they're so cool.
No
They're
shit.
so cool.
Oh, that's
so
rad.
we were. I don't know where we were. Dom, one of the guitar players, hurt his hand with the tour bass.
Ooh.
So I woke up telling me, "Yo, what are you doing? What are you doing next week?" No, I'm kidding. That was like,
What are you doing today?
What are you going to? We were lucky enough to have a day off. It's like, what are you doing tomorrow? It's like, yeah, motherfuckers, like we're on the same tour that you guys. So they told us, Dom just hurt his hand, is swollen like that. So what we're gonna be doing is they have like a 2 or 3 songs, because they used to, I don't know how they still doing it, but they had like they record all the shows. So they have like we're gonna do like 2 songs with Dom's guitar on track, and we're gonna use our guitar tech. And the guitar player for Demos Happy, there was the band, the opening act.
What's the opening act?
Demos Happy.
The Most Happy.
No, Demons Happy.
Oh, I think you said the most happy would be a cool band name.
Happy. I'm messing up the name of the band too. I love the guys too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You know, I had to
We all
pick
have
my
our
words in English.
Yes.
You know, if I memorize all the names, I don't have vocabulary.
If you didn't have the accent, nobody would give you any slack. So you got
All
slack.
right.
There you go.
So basically, it was like that. So are
you fucking kidding me?
yeah, they were like, yeah, okay, so we're gonna that night. They sent me. They gave me like a live recording of their songs.
Wow, yeah.
So I was
How
just
he
able
does.
to just play with them. I play like 10, 11 songs with them.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and
I
was
never
like,
knew this.
Yeah, it was so fucking.
Why
nice.
didn't you say anything?
I mean, whatever. Like, it's so good. And to me,
No, but that's cool.
they were like, no,
yeah.
Ramon, please. They were like kind of like shying, asking me. And I was telling, this is so fucking
That
dope.
is so rad.
Yeah, I was like, let's go,
Oh,
baby.
that's
But
so
they sent me the.
cool.
But that's the thing. Is like they sent me the songs. There were no hits, man. They didn't give me the hits. But like, you motherfucker, they give me the hard ones. You know, like they're like all right. So
I love that.
I don't want to play the hits.
So, lesson to be learned, Ramon is mad at Nothing But Thieves. I'm going to put that on the record. I'm kidding. He's like,
No,
you didn't give me
but,
the fucking hits. Give me
Uh,
B-sides. I don't want to do slow dance.
But
Yeah.
I was like, cool thing was, I was like before the show. I think that we were in North Carolina. Before that, I played 2 shows with them,
Wow.
helping them out.
Where's the guitar player during this whole time? Is he backstage?
No, this funny thing. No, he was like.
Did he go home?
Dom has the biggest pedal board ever.
Yeah.
And he does all like he has like he does all his step dancing and all this stuff. He has
Right.
everything controlled very well. But he was doing that. They had like a section outside of the stage, close by to the guitar tech.
He was doing it.
And he was doing the sounds, and now we just were used to play. I mean, don't get me wrong.
So cool.
That was easier for everybody.
That
because
makes
we
sense.
used to
That
it.
makes sense. He
It
would
w-
know
I
where
know.
to switch it.
He was switching,
You just worry about playing the
and I was
parts
just wearing
correctly
the part correctly
and being a body
and
on
so-
stage. Wow, that's
So
cool.
the funny part was that there's this song. Of course, I forgot the name. This is my favorite one. It's like if I get high.
If I get high, I don't
It's
think I
my
know that one.
favorite,
I'll have to check it out.
Nothing But Thieves song.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
They didn't give me that song. And I
Alright.
was like, all right, it's all
Yeah.
right. I was grateful to do it.
Yeah,
And I
you
was
have no-
happy and I was
Yeah.
enjoying. You know, it was such a great experience, right? So I learned the part. I went through my part with him. And he was telling me, yo, do this, that. You know, we're going to be doing that. And we went through. I learned everything all right, pretty fast. And
Yeah.
we went, when we did the run down through the songs before the sound check, he was like, you know what? What about, can I give you another song? And I was like, all right. It's like,
Yeah.
we have 30 minutes for sound check. And I was like, yeah, do you want to play? Let's play this if I get high.
We're
I was
going to
like,
learn it
I was
now.
like, heck yeah, let's go. And they gave me
It
my
was that
favorite
one?
My favorite one. And that one was another one. They have like a special version for live where they do, you know, as a part that is just only my
Yeah.
kid, like his part and the audience singing.
No.
And now I have one of the best memories of me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm so grateful every single time. Every single time that I play on stage, I feel grateful. But
Yeah.
at the moment, the first night I played that song, it was like a fucking dream. Like I was playing.
And that was the last one they gave you. The
That
one
was
that
the
you
la-
were like, they're
yeah.
like, hey, can we give you another
Yeah, they
one?
give me.
And you're like, yeah, and it's your fit, and you're like, I already have it. Did you already know it?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
you never learned
I
it?
didn't learn. I
Oh.
didn't know any of their music.
You just didn't have anything in the back
No,
pocket.
because like
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It's like I was just fan. Like I'm fan of a lot of new bands that going up.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
yeah.
I always, but I wasn't.
You didn't learn their shit all the time. No, I get it.
I learned my metallic. I used, like
We learned all that,
And now
yeah.
at this point of career, we learn the things we have to do.
That we
just
have to learn.
play,
Right.
Yeah, I shouldn't be learning more stuff or whatever. But I didn't know. I didn't
Yeah.
know any of the catalog.
The catalog.
That
Yeah.
was so hard to say.
Catalog.
Catalog.
Cat,
Cat.
and a log, like a log of wood. It's a
alright.
catalog.
So this is the Micrograde podcast, English, learning English with him. So
did you ever
yeah.
hear, did you ever hear the Ebonics language lesson?
No.
Oh, I have to send that to you
Yeah,
at some point.
that's
It's really
funny.
fun. Anyway,
so
sorry,
we did
go ahead.
that. No, it's all good. So we did that. It was a great moment. Yeah. So I don't know what we ended up talking about. This like talking about that we been
Playing on
grateful,
stage.
all the grandson team. We've been grateful
Yeah.
to be playing in front of so many kids and
Yeah.
fans all around United States, and we always had that thoughts about LA and New York. They are the harder audience
It's the worst.
to play. But
It's like boot camp, though.
I have to tell you something. The last two shows that we did in LA
Mm-hmm.
with Grandson, we did at the beginning of the year. Last year we did Roxy, and at the end of the last year we did the Fonda.
Mm-hmm.
They were incredible.
No shit.
Kids, the fans, they came with without
Right.
the LA
Fan base.
stereotype.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like real. There was the same feeling
Right.
for us
Yeah.
that we were doing Ohio or do
Right.
Texas
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was so cool. So like
Yeah.
New York is always cool, sold out, amazing. But we got that feeling like, okay, it's all the
Nice.
industry, it's like all the cool kids there, this is amazing,
Yeah.
But I like it's all about energies, brother. It's like
Yeah.
how it is. Like when you feel it, you don't feel it. You have it, you don't have it.
I picture the guys at the shows who are like trying to be cool,
Yeah.
and the way of being cool is not having fun. That's
Right,
how they're like.
right.
They're standing there and they're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to impress chicks and everything, or they're to impress the chick that they're with, and they're like, yeah, like whatever. I don't know.
blame them. Don't blame them.
No, I get it. I
Don't
get
blame
it.
them.
I get it. I get it.
Don't
But
blame
dude, that's so cool that you got to do two shows with grandson, and it
With-
seems like maybe it took a couple of years or a year or two to get a fan base in LA to give it that feeling of,
Funny.
hey, this is our audience, And
Yeah.
we're here to have
LA,
fun.
LA.
Yeah.
It's being, the thing is like with Grandson is funny because Jordan was born in New Jersey, but he grew up in Toronto.
Wow.
The rest of the band, David, our drummer, is from Germany. Renzo is from Peru, and I'm from Spain. And we all live in LA, so it's like kind of like a LA band each.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going.
It's okay.
But
Don't worry about it.
After what I want to tell you regarding LA fans, Grandson fans in LA, they are pretty. They've always been there.
Yeah.
The first after we did a tour in Canada, when Jordan wasn't signed, right? He was not signed for any label yet.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
We did a showcase for a lot of labels, for a lot of industry and all that stuff at the Roxy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
a good showcase show.
After that, and that was sold out, and there were kids waiting in line on the door before sound check.
No shit.
And we were like,
what?
What is this? Is something special is happening.
Right.
That night is when it wasn't exactly that night, but what that night was he got signed.
Right. Because of that night.
Because that night by Fuel by Ramen, that's the label that that he's signed by, and
okay.
Is Fuel by Ramen. I think it's Atlantic Universe. I think it's Fuel.
It's
by
like
Ramen.
a sub label
Yeah, you
of
know
it.
how like they have
They do the umbrella. Yeah.
So yeah, even though we were not, the project wasn't signed, LA is always being great for Grandson.
I think that's a different ball game that you're in with Grandson right now, because you're doing shows with Grandson and you have like an LA audience and you have like a good following, and like you have the energy of people being fans and wanting to come, see your show at the Roxy and camping out like ahead of time.
And the same thing happened at the
I think
Fonda.
it's more along the lines of like, I did a show at the Roxy once and it didn't feel I remember looking out at everybody and just looking at LA. It wasn't fans. Who it was musicians, actors, and label people.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's rough.
It's the energy is just not there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about energy.
And it's weird because it's not like, I think that the big difference between acting because I always compare the two, because for some reason one is harder for me. Music is harder for me in the fact that it's so personal, that your emotions are at the surface level of like, you need to feel like when you're on tour, when you're with the people, like, hey, we get along, we're good, and we can play to our best abilities, and it makes everybody have fun. But when the energy's not there, you're just like, you're almost like, how do I play guitar again?
I know, right?
You're like, wait, how do I?
It's pretty important.
Yeah. So,
one quick thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You mind if I use the bathroom really quick?
How fucking dare you?
I need to use the bathroom.
Do it. Go for it. Don't worry about it. No, it's going to still film. We're good.
Right,
We're good. Yeah, we're just going to take a little...
Sorry, brother.
No. Don't be sorry.
This is Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, it happens. No. You're good. Don't worry about it. Ramon is going to the bathroom. This is my time to talk shit about him behind his back.